Hey class, welcome back. This is week 8 of CISS 350 Disaster Recovery. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is our last week for the course. It's crazy how time flies. I mean, we're on week 8 and the class ends next week. And I just want to commend and congratulate everyone who's made it through this course all the way to the end and, sought through it. There's definitely a lot of writing. I know it was a lot of work, but it definitely will be beneficial in the long run for you. Now that you have something concrete in your hands that you can show to employers, or just now have that experience to write technical documents and technical IT documents. IT has its own language in itself, and it's so important to learn how to write in IT language. It's something that takes experience, or over time you'll develop. But again, I just want to congratulate everyone, and I'm truly proud of everyone who's made it this far, who stuck with it, sat those long nights writing out those disaster recovery plans, those continuity plans. I know it's not easy. I've taken the class myself. It's long, but definitely worth it. Take my word for it, right? Definitely worth it. Anyways, I'm going to jump into the final week of this course, Module 8, and, kind of go over what's in store for this week one last time, and, then sign off, kind of give you guys an update of what's exactly happening, and then, call it a course. So, for the very last time, log into Canvas and jump into the module section. We're going to scroll down all the way to week 8, your final exam and project. So, relatively simple. You have 2 items. You have a final, which is worth 10 points, and a presentation, which is 10 points, right? So, over the last 7 weeks, you have diligently worked hard on your disaster recovery and your continuity plan. Those things are in tip-top shape. You've spent endless hours, endless nights, working on it, fine-tuning it, making sure all the grammar is correct, and just perfecting it, right? No, I'm just kidding. Nothing's perfect, right? But, you've spent quite a bit of effort on it, right? So, our first assignment is going to be doing a presentation, okay? That presentation will kind of be going over, I'll go into it in a little bit, but we'll be going over, you yourself will be going over what you've written. You'll pretend that you are a Chief Information Security Officer, and you're debriefing the Secretary, the CIO, and some executive staff members on the disaster recovery and continuity plan of your organization. All right. It will require you to create some PowerPoint slides, and for you to video record yourself, either via webcam or some type of voice recording of you going through the presentation itself, and then upload it to Canvas. But that's just going to be worth 10 points. It's pretty much explaining what you've done in the last 7 weeks, or 3 weeks of writing, right? You would want to go over, the importance of disaster recovery, how you would respond in, X situation, different areas that, you have written out, okay? Remember, you're trying to impress, that CIO. You're trying to, or executive board members. So this should be geared towards them, right? Kind of avoid super technical writing. This is just general advice. Sorry, not writing, but language. When you're explaining to like a board member, usually they don't have that much IT experience, so kind of sometimes have to dumb it down a little. So don't go too much into the technical terms. Just make sure it's understandable. All right. So that's something. Just know your audience. That's one of the most important things in IT, especially explaining to different program areas. Right. Know your audience. The presentation should be about 5 to 10 minutes in length. Briefly cover each section in your continuity and DR plans. A link to the presentation must be submitted. And yeah, relatively simple. You can either use OBS, Zoom, Google, whatever you need to record. Let me know if you have any questions or need help recording or creating that PowerPoint presentation. Or if you have any questions in general, I'm more than happy to help. And then finally, we have our final. Your very, very last assignment. All right. It's going to be covering chapters 1 through 12. You're going to have one attempt, 2 hours, 20 questions. For a total point worth of 10 points. I apologize. So 2 hours for 20 questions. You got plenty of time. All right. It's open book. I try to make it easy on you just because of you have another assignment that I would rather you guys focus more on, the presentation portion of your project. All right, so I try to keep it simple, the cumulative final. Just know some of the basic terms, some of the broader topics, nothing too detailed or technical. All right, just general knowledge information that you probably should have already picked up on from your prior classes, right? Okay. But let me know if you have any questions. It's going to be due March 9th. You can take it at your own leisure. Actually, I'll extend it to March 11th for you guys, all right? I'll be give you till that Friday. All right, I'll do it right in front of you guys. March 11th, save, bam. All right, so March 11th. But yeah, it's going to be due March 11th. Take it at your own time, leisure, and that's about it, right? So you just have your final and your final presentation. Anyways, yeah, that kind of wraps up the course. I can't believe it. Time just flies. I had a pleasure working with every single one of you, getting to know each and every single one of you. And I quickly want to go over my teaching philosophy. All right, so my teaching philosophy is that once I'm your teacher, I'll always be your teacher. And so for those of you who move on into security or any IT field or just in general, even if you decide to go a completely different route, just know I'll always have an open ear to my students. If you need an unbiased opinion, need some motivation, some counseling, a mentor, we're looking for any type of advice. I understand everyone's trying to navigate through life. They're at different points. They're at different points of different stages in their life, and sometimes everyone needs that unbiased opinion to kind of point them in the right direction. So please do not hesitate to reach out. I'm always here for you. Even 2-3 years down the road, if you come back, and say, hey, professor, I'm looking for some advice, or do you have any additional resources? I decided to go into security. Do you have anything I can study for my Security Plus exam or something like that? More than happy to provide it to you guys. I truly love teaching, and I want you guys to know that I'm more than a teacher, I'm a friend, right? So keep in touch. I'm always looking to hear success stories and see where everyone's at, wherever you're with your professional or academic career. But yeah, with that, do not hesitate to reach out. Other than that, this is going to be my last time signing off. I should have all grades submitted by next week, end of next week. It might take a little while to watch a presentation, so hopefully I'll get it by next week, but I'll do my best. But with that, I wish you the best of luck. Only success for your future endeavors, and I hope we run into each other again. All right, with that, my name is Payam Hoja, and it was a pleasure working with every one of you for CISS 350 Disaster Recovery. See you guys next time.